Hey guys, it's Rachel Neese with Be Healed Dog Training with another Wednesday wake-up call. And today, we're talking about things getting messy. I know you don't see any dogs here, except for my big dogs. So, aside from dog training, I also have a farm that I take care of. My farm, these are my animals. And promise there's correlation to your dog training though. Part of life is getting messy. And I love this farm. I think it's beautiful. Especially on a bright, sunny, blue-skied day. But sometimes it looks like this. And sometimes you just gotta walk through it. You gotta know you're gonna get muddy and nasty. You gotta know you're gonna go through some shit. That's gonna happen with your dog training. Dog training is not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to be sunshine. Okay? Visuals here today, right? Don't be afraid of the messy, because the messy is it's a part of life. It's a part of training. Hi, buddy. This is my candy man. I've had him for like, I don't know, 17, 18 years. Anyway, and this is Hody, my little donkey. I've had him for 1.5 years. He's just the best little donkey ever. Okay, back on track. But in all seriousness, when you're working with your dogs, don't be afraid if it looks messy, especially when you're dealing with more complicated things. Anxiety, fear, reactivity, pushy, snotty, bratty behavior. Obviously, we live for like the good moments and the good days and the good times, but a lot of times in order to get there, you gotta get through the mud. Just like getting in this pasture, look at all these connections. I had to get through the mud to get to the grass, right? So I just don't want you as an owner, because this is very, very common, to see your dog struggling and automatically think that you're doing something wrong. If you see your dog having a hard time processing things, or if you're pushing your dog beyond their limits in a careful, methodical way, that's really good for them. And too many people are out there trying to tell you, you shouldn't put your dog above threshold, you shouldn't put your dog in a situation that makes them uncomfortable, because guys, that's just not realistic. The world is going to put them in situations that make them uncomfortable. So we, as owners and trainers, actually do them a favor when in a more controlled setting, we put them in uncomfortable situations and then work them through it, teach them how to process so that they know better how to cope and get through those uncomfortable times, and look to you as their leader, as their guide. And so I just want you to keep that in mind when you're doing your confidence building, or when you're doing, again, anything that's challenging your dog. Don't be afraid of the messy. There's always a tipping point where things could get too overwhelming, where you do need to take a step back. But just because the dog is struggling doesn't mean it's wrong. Don't be afraid of the mess. That's the middle part. That's not permanent. Teach them how to work through it. Be their guide, be their leader, and you'll be amazed at what's on the other side. Right, Hody? I'm being too cheesy today, but I don't even care. The mud inspired me. Like, it's gonna be a good day when mud inspires you, I think. Right, Hody? And yes, they have dry shelter. A very nice big old run-in back there that they never use, because they don't mind the rain. Okay, bye guys.